welcome to ROM Detectives. We're going to be playing Super C today for the NES, or the NES as the kids are calling it today. I love this game. If you love Schwarzenegger films, you love it too. You jump out of a military helicopter, descend a few hundred feet, and still somehow manage to not break both your legs. You shoot at a flying football in the sky to get a machine gun. You go running around, shooting at aliens. You go jumping over bullets. You get an R that doesn't seem to do anything, and okay, well, let's restart here. What's going on here? What is that R? How do the guns in this work? Because let's find some hidden guns. All right, so we start out. B8 is zeros. I pick up the machine gun. It goes to 1. That's our first thing that we can work with. That's where player 1's gun is stored. So 00 is the plain old rifle. 01 is the machine gun. We can also look at 02. There's our spread gun, best weapon in the game. We can go to 03, which is the laser, so disappointing. We can go to 4 and we get our exploding flamethrower, fantastic. And let's go to the spread gun because it's by far the best. What is the deal with that R, right? Do you actually get anything, or is it just there for nothing, for no reason at all? What's going on here? Now, I had it at 2. My weapon was set to 2. Now it's 82. Does that do anything? When you get the spread or the rapid fire, all it does is it adds 80 to your current weapon. So if I go to 0, that's the regular rifle. If I go to 80, it's the regular rifle with rapid fire, which actually, if you look at the speed of these bullets, that's rapid fire. And then here is the regular weapon. Let me switch this to the spread gun. There is the spread gun going at normal speed, and then here is the spread gun going at rapid fire. Notice how they're moving faster. It makes your bullets go faster. That's what rapid fire actually does. So it's not useless. It is, faster moving bullets is a benefit. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's something. So if you've ever been curious about it, that is something that you can do. Now I'm going to move on. So 4 was our highest weapon. These are all the normal weapons that you get. Your machine gun, your spread, your laser, and your flamethrower. What happens, this is what we like to do in ROM Detectives, what happens when we change this to something else? Let's move it 1 higher. 5. Whoa. Notice that fireball gets a lot bigger. Check this out. Look at this explosion. It's exploding into 8 fireballs instead of the normal 4. And this sucker can do some, let's try that again. Give it back. It can do some damage. It goes right through your enemies, takes them out, and I can just shoot at the ground and cause this giant pyroclasm to wipe out the guys. 1 hit for that armored soldier. Good luck. And this is pretty impressive, actually. I've got infinite lives turned on, so I don't need to worry about actually dying. 1 hit goes right through both of those power-ups. This is a beast of a weapon. And when I first found this, I was convinced that I had found a hidden gun that was designed for the game, but never added. Watch this. 1, 2. That's all it takes. And the second one goes right through it. 1, 2. Look at that. That is a beast of a weapon. I thought that I had found something that the developers put in there and that they always intended to use, but for some reason took it out of the game. But it's not true. This weapon. Ooh, hello. Oh, that was close. Let me switch back to that just to take out the boss, just to show you how easy this thing is with this weapon. Look at this. 1 hit. 1 hit. 1 hit. 1 hit. 4 hits. That's it. That was cake. That was so easy. I had thought that I found some hidden weapon that didn't exist in the game. In reality, this is actually a normal weapon. Let me show you here. I'm going to get back to the beginning, and I'm going to set myself to 4, which is the regular fireball, okay? If you hold down the fireball, I've got it held down, and then release it, out comes that super fireball. Regular shot, hold it down, and there's the super one. That has always been in the game. Now, I played this game hundreds of times. I've gotten so good at it that I've been able to beat it without even dying, but I never knew that existed. And the manual doesn't help either. If you read the manual, here's what it says. It says, for the flamethrower, when it hits an enemy, its flames will ignite. To fire this fire, release the control pad and press the B button. What? That is very different than hold B for 2 seconds and release to put out a charged fireball, but that's actually what it is. So anyway, that does exist in the game, but by setting your weapon to 6, you get it all the time. Oops, sorry, 5. 6 is something that's even weirder. That gives you the giant fireball whenever you want it, over and over and over again. You don't have to charge it. 6, this cute little short-range fireball. This is like the explosion projectiles that the flamethrower and this charged flamethrower erupt into. Now this actually, it's kind of cute and silly. I mean, it's hard to hit your targets when they're far away, but it's, oops, give that back to me, 06. But it's actually, check this out with a turbo controller. Yeah, now we're talking. Now this actually functions like a flamethrower, especially if you get rapid fire. Now they move even faster. This is, if you want an interesting goal for a game, you know, you want to put a self-induced, oh no, it's so short range, it's hard to hit anything. Oh, okay, all right, let's try this one more time before I bore everybody to tears. No! If you want a self-imposed challenge, set this to your weapon and try and beat the entire game with just this little thing. It's actually not horrible because it's so fast, but it's really hard to hit things that are far away. But anyway, that's another interesting thing. All right, let's move on here. Let's move on to the next one. That's number 7. Oops, wrong location. 7. All right, try this one more time. 0. No. All right, come on. Go ahead and kill me. 07. Here we go. Oops. Oh, that crashed the emulator. Let's try that again. 07. Oh, God. All right. I think I killed it. Well, that's something, all right. There is no gun 7. What about 8? Try that one out. Ooh. Okay. Nope. Is there a 9? Nope, these are just crash in the game. How about A? Okay, we've got something here. Oh, I have invisible bullets. Nope, I don't want that actually. I want my A. So this one shoots out invisible bullets. It functions like the rifle. I wonder if I can get, yep, I can get rapid fire invisible bullets. This is kind of cool. Actually, if let's see if I can get, yeah, so that is very powerful. It went right through that guy. Let me, let's just jump ahead here. We'll go to A. Let's see if I can do, I want to get like a turret. Let's see how powerful this gun actually is. That's hard to figure out where they're going. It is going through everything. Let's see. 1 hit. Nice. That is a powerful gun. That's even more powerful than that charged flamethrower. So yeah, this can do some damage. Oops. Here, let's do this. Let me jump ahead. So we've got regular gun. And the regular gun goes about halfway across the screen here. Go away, I'm trying to do something. Let me switch this to 0A. Got my invisible bullets. If you look up top here, notice it is creating a little explosion shot, meaning it's making it all the way across the screen. So this is actually a long range shot. This is like powerful and long range. It's just also invisible. All right, let's see here. Get you guys out of the way. Let's take out one of these little mini bosses here. One hit wipes him out. All right, let's go for 2. Yeah. Oh man, this makes short work of everything. It's hard to work with because it's still just like the regular rifle, but it is hella powerful. Let's see this turret. Yeah, 1 hit. Oh, lost it there. Well, that's all right. All right, let me get back here. All the other ones I think crash the game. There's one more here. 0F, and that one it shoots a rapid fire power up, but it doesn't do anything. That's kind of cool. Like, I mean, it crashes the game, but I think what's going on here is when you have a gun, it uses the number in there as an offset. Oops, that's player 2's gun. I want player 1's gun. It's using an offset in the game to go to the code that the bullet needs to process, or to figure out what it needs to do, how it needs to create those bullets. And when you get past 6, which is that charged flamethrower explosion, then it's just going into random parts of the code. It doesn't know where to go. So it's trying to execute data as code, and it's screwing everything up. But, so that's all really cool. So those are the hidden guns that you can use. You can use the charged flamethrower whenever you want. You can use the flamethrower's explosions whenever you want. And that 0A to get invisible long-range super fast power rifle. And very briefly, you can shoot the rapid fire power-up. I also wrote a script for this game. Let me open it up here. This is... what this script does is it lets you go ahead and start it off. So I've got, let me reload. I'm back at my regular weapon here, and you can. Okay, I'm gonna hit select, and now I've got the spread gun. I'm gonna hit select. Now I've got the machine gun. I'll hit select. Now I've got flamethrower. Hit select. Super flamethrower. And select, we're back to spread gun. I can also, if you really want laser, and come on, nobody does, but if you want it, I can switch this to 83, and then, oops, let's go. There's the machine gun, there's the flamethrower, and there's the crappy laser. And you can just put the weapons that you want to toggle through, and it'll just cycle through the guns that are listed here. You'll notice I've got the 8 in there because this makes it the rapid fire version of it. Real quickly, what this does is it when controller 1 hits select, it reads the current weapon in memory. Oh, this is just a failsafe for when you die, and then it adds 1 to the cycle, and if the cycle equals 5, that means we're out of bounds of this array, and then it resets it to 1, and then it just writes the gun into 00B8, which is player 1's gun. So if you're at rifle, it will set you to spread, then machine gun, then flamethrower, then laser, or if you want, you can set that to 85, which is the charged fireball. And then it works for player 2 as well. This is just repeated here for player 2. So that's something that you can do. This script, you can download it from romdetectives.com if you search for Super C for the NES. And you can also go to romdetectives.com to figure out how I got my Infinite Lives cheat. And there's also cheats in there for saying, I just want to have spread gun always, from start to finish. Even if I die, doesn't matter, I always want to have it. You can do that. You can make yourself invincible. That's at romdetectives.com. Like and subscribe this video if you want to see more of them coming up. I've got plenty more coming, but this has been Super C for ROM Detectives. Thank you guys all very much. I'll see you on the next one.